Clint, because I totally geek out on this stuff. Can you talk a bit about kind of what's on the horizon in terms of like research and development?
Yeah, look, so, one, we have a robot that's we've been developing for 4 years, and it's in the background. Well, why don't I start with these? Thanks, Mark. First off, our existing robot, we have a track version, right? Why do we have tracks on it? Well, there are obvious reasons, mud and that, but you're not going to run a field that's got standing water all over it, but it does help, and we have run it with standing water, and it does extremely well. The other reason you have tracks is now we can go in irrigated fields. When you fly over the United States, if you don't know what that means, and you see all the circles as you're flying over places like Kansas, that's an irrigation system. Well, that irrigation system has wheels that are running in a circle too. And as the season goes by, they dig a track wide and deep. And so to slam through with our little smaller wheels isn't great. The track just sails right over, and we tested that last year. Second thing you see here that we haven't really formally announced, but we started testing at the end of last year, and we're finishing it right now and running on several farms this year, is foliar spraying. And what we're selling to farmers for 2026 is weed by day and foliar feed by night. And so during the day, we're weeding, as you know, we're cutting the weeds. Then at night, they can fill up that tank that's about 22 gallons, and it sprays underneath the leaves. This comes from my experience with greenhouses. You always spray underneath the leaves, whether it's for bugs or to deliver nutrient in foliar nutrient. And so foliar spraying means, we're weeding by day and we're feeding the crop overnight. And so you want to do that when the humidity is high. So the key is you got to be able to run when it's dark, which we've been doing for 3 years, and most robotics companies cannot. And so, so those two things with the existing robot are right now. The other thing we have is a foliar testing system. So foliar spraying is just a dumb sprayer, right? What I mean is we're going to load it with some solution that we know can benefit the crop, but we don't really know exactly which plant needs what, or which group of plants, or which row based on soil type or whatever's happened with the weather. So we're developing with Rock River Labs basically the ability to drift by and basically touch the plant and understand what it needs. And then we could come back with the foliar sprayer or have it behind it, or possibly do it right on the same machine someday and tailor what it needs and don't have any wasteful application beyond what the plant needs.